Press all the buttons here. Okay. So what I have to show you today, something that you want to be considering, is because it's a Thursday and I don't want us to start a new project. Let me see if your phones are out of sight. Brandon, away, please. Not a phone, but a distraction. Oh my goodness. Oh my crippling dance. Oh my crippling dance. Yeah.
This guy was like down, like it's
maybe not that one. What's your phone with? Yeah. Hey. My thing's freaking out a little bit. So settle. Shush. Hey, quietest student wins a prize. That's more like it. Okay, the prize is bragging rights. Okay, so we're talking today about building a portfolio. This is not something you have to finish by Friday, nor anytime soon. This is something that you should always be considering in your graphic design work, in your artistic spheres. However that presents itself. I don't know why my agenda is flickering. So we're gonna switch to the online version. So the site that I want you guys to look at, and I know I don't hear card shuffling right now.
No, sir.
Show me both your hands, Brando.
I actually don't have them.
What's in your hand?
Yes, just the
Fascinating. Put it down. Okay. Anyway, so Dribbble with an extra B is a great site for the one that I gain a lot of inspiration from. And all I need you to do today for graphic design is to make a Dribbble account. Dribbble with that extra B. This is a great place to get inspired, and getting inspired is not something that I can necessarily teach you how to do because everyone's going to have their own journey, their own relationship with inspiration. However, I can tell you my approach, and you can copy mine if you want, because I've had good success with it, but you can tweak it as you need, as you see fit. So Dribbble is really cool because it connects you with a variety of different designers, connects you with a variety of just like-minded people trying to show off their work, which is the purpose of a portfolio. It functions as a resume for visual arts, whether that's studio art in traditional senses or digital art like what we do here. This is a sticker that I made that I never turned into a sticker, and apparently was the only thing I uploaded because I had to while I made an account. But don't do it like I do it, because you want your portfolio to represent your best skills as a designer or as a visual artist or something in specific that you want to show off. So this is where the portfolio aspect comes in as compared to a gallery, because a gallery is just going to show you pictures, but a portfolio has intent. It's got decisions made. It has intentional thought behind why you're publishing these things. And at this point in the semester, we've done a variety of different projects on different elements of design. So you guys have a pretty good understanding of different pieces and how you applied them on your own personal, in your own personal way with your own personal view. That's what I want you to start thinking about with portfolios, is how you can upload, or you can upload to Dribbble some of your best works, but be really serious about the critiques that you're doing on yourself. You don't have to rip your own work apart. You don't have to be a total perfectionist. But you do want to put your best foot forward. You want to put your best example of, I really like the way that I use shape. I can see I'm using color intentionally. This texture adds a lot to this design, this, that, and the other thing. You want to have that conversation with yourself. And then that's the stuff that's going to lead you to your best pieces, your most valuable works that you've created so far. And that's what you're going to want to upload to a portfolio. In other ways, if you're still finding yourself kind of stuck with this design process, looking at other people's work and copying it is a great way to learn how they did it, or at least how they got to a similar sort of endpoint. Like something I struggle with, you can tell my feed is pretty curated a lot, is typography still. So if I'm looking for typography inspiration, again, I can't tell you how to do this. This is just what works for me. You look up the specific aspect of the thing that you're trying to be better at. And Dribble's going to connect you kind of like Pinterest, or it's a little bit better than Google because it's obviously related by other designers. But I can start looking at things that, okay, maybe I can't do that level with the 3D, but I can try something like this with some simple lines, maybe a little bit of splitting, right? That's easy. Type on a path. There's things that you can start doing, that you can start copying. And it's weird to hear a teacher say that, maybe, talking about copying other people. That's how design grows. That's how you grow as a designer. Drew, I can see the back of your head. Thank you. That's how you grow as a designer, is by trying something and seeing what works, okay? Throw some spaghetti at the wall. Some of it's going to stick. Most of it's going to not. But you're going to figure out that spaghetti is doing something different. Let me figure out what's going on here. And this is what I want you guys to kind of use Dribbble for throughout the rest of the year. Today is just kind of introducing you to this program and how you can start placing your work on a on somewhere where it can be found. There is an aspect of your final project that has a portfolio, so you want to think about these things now, get the ball sort of rolling, so that you're not wasting time during the last couple weeks of June. So your job for today, if we reopen, actually just kidding, I'm going to go back to the thread. You want to just look for inspiration, just explore the program. I did, as I was passing by, see some that were not the most school appropriate. I wasn't aware of that. I apologize. If you come across one of those, just close it and look at it when you're not at school if you're more interested in that specific aspect of design. But keep it school appropriate while you're here today. These are designers, adults. They're posting stuff that, you know, is not tied to an educational realm, so it's not really bound by some of our expectations. Just keep that in mind when you're on the platform. You might come across something that's not the most appropriate, but most of it is going to be totally fine. 90% of it is going to be nice and tame. You want to find inspiration however way you can. These are ways that I've shown you, the ways that I like to do it. And it's, again, one of those hard concepts that is hard to translate because it is dependent on how you get inspired and what speaks to you as a designer. If you're looking for extra practice, if you're bored today and you don't want to play for V-Bucks, or you want to do something graphic design related while you have a graphic design teacher who can help you, I need some more YouTube thumbnails. You will be credited for your work. I keep using the default one because that's one of the only ones I have this year. If you've noticed, outside of the hallway, Mr. Hendricks and I have been working together to combine some of our students' works and put them on display so that not only can you show off your work and be proud of it, but other people can see it and get interested in how you did different things. They can appreciate your art. It gets it out into the world, which is ultimately what our purpose is with design and with communicating. And if neither of those sound super interesting, I can find some tutorials or walkthroughs for you, put them in the playlist, and you can follow along with those. Or you're welcome to find those on your own as well, if you don't want my input. And that's all I got for you today. Make a Dribbble account, start looking around, get inspired. It's something that you'll have to do a lot if you decide to go into the graphic design field, but that's not a bad thing. That exposes you to a variety of different arts and gets you thinking about how you can change up your style in a very special way. Make sense? Okay, that's all I need from you guys today. Thank you for listening. We're going off the air. Appreciate your time.
Computers.